Hey guys, today is going to be my last video in the classroom, and then I will be hopefully doing some Zoom meetings with you next week once we get everything all set up. Again, remind your parents I will be sending out some information about that this weekend once I get all the details and actually figure out how many of you will be able to join me. So I just wanted to do a quick division review today, so I want you guys to bear with me. Really practice your skills. I know we love multiplication much more than we like division, but we want to make sure we don't lose those skills so the next year when we're fifth graders and they want us to divide, we can be ready to go. Okay, so we're going to do, again, today probably about 6 problems, some with remainders and some without, and again, they will be in the description down below. So if you miss it or because it's backwards and it's still throwing you off a little bit, like it throws me off so bad for you guys, go ahead and check there, and please feel free to pause me when you need to. And of course, if you have questions, definitely email me or have your parents message me on Remind. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's go. All right, let me switch my marker because this one looks like it might be dying out on me. All right. Oh, this is a minty smelling one. All right, so we'll start with 34 divided by 3, okay? So 34 divided by 3. So our first thing we're going to do is look at our first number. So in this place, it would be in the tens place, and it would be a 3 or a 30, right? So 3 on this side can go into this 3 how many times? Or what times 3 will give us 3? So it'll be 1. So 1 times 3 would give us 3. So remember, we're looking for the number or something close to it that's less. You never want to go over, or else your numbers are going to be all crazy. Okay? So 3 goes into 3 one time. So 1 times 3 is 3. Going to subtract, and I get 0. Okay? So then I'm going to bring my 4 back down. And I'm going to see how many times can 3 go into 4. So is there anything we can multiply times 3 to give us 4? No, right? So what we're going to have to do is go down. So we know that 3 can go into 3, right? We just did it, and 3 times 1 is 3. So I'm going to put a 1 again, because 1 times 3 will give me 3, and it's less but close to 4. Okay? So 4 minus 3 is 1. So now I have no other numbers to bring down. So that means this is going to be my remainder. So your answer for 34 divided by 3 would be 11 remainder 1. Okay, so there's one with a remainder. So let's move on to our next one. We're going to do 28 divided by 2. Okay, so go ahead, set that up. Remember, 28 goes in the actual division sign, and the 2 goes on the outside. So 28 divided by 2. Okay? So again, we're going to look at our first number here. So 2 goes into this 2, or this 20, one time. So 1 times 2 will give me 2. I subtract, and then I bring my 8 down. Okay? So now we need to think, what times 2 will give us 8, or something close to it that's less? So in this case, we know 2 times what will give us 8? Hopefully you said 4. So 2 times 4 will give us 8. So now we do 4 times 2, get our 8, and we subtract. We get 0, and we have nothing else to bring down, so we have no remainders this time. So our answer is 14. Okay? So I'm going to write a few on the board. I want you to work on them. Take your time as always, and then we will go over them once you're done, okay? So if you need to see the work, let me move this a little bit closer. Go ahead and pause me if you have to. All right. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 4 that I want you to work on. And then we'll go over them, and then we will be done for today. a nice easy Friday for you guys, hopefully. All right, so your next one is going to be 46 divided by 4, okay? Then we'll do 39 divided by 3, 67, oh, I wrote the wrong thing. 67 divided by 5, and 81 divided by 7. So again, let me read them to you so you guys can get started. It's 46 divided by 4, 39 divided by 3, 67 divided by 5, and 81 divided by 7. Okay? So go ahead, work on those. Pause me if you are working, and then we will get back together and I will do them step by step and you can check all your work that hopefully is perfect. All right, so let's go ahead, pause me, and let's go. Okay, so we're going to check. So again, just like we were doing before when we were refreshing, we always want to make sure we're checking with our first number. So 4 can go into this 4 here. So we're going to act like the 6 doesn't exist. So 4 goes into 4 how many times? Or what times 4 gives us 4? And we know that's going to be 1. So 1 times 4 is 4. And I'm going to subtract and get 0. Now I need to bring down my 6. So let's think. Is there anything we can multiply times 4 that will give us 6? No, right? Is there something we can multiply times 4 that will give us something close to 6 but less than 6? So remember, close and less should be 4, right? So we're going to put a 1 here again because 1 times 4 will give us 4. So I'm going to subtract my 6 minus 4 and get 2. So I have no more numbers to bring down. So that means this 2 is going to become my remainder. So for 46 divided by 4, your answer should be 11 remainder 2. Okay? All right, so let's move on to this one. So we have 39 divided by 3. So again, we're going to look at our first number, and I know that 3 times 1 is going to give me 3, so I'm going to put 1. 1 times 3 is 3. I'm going to subtract, I get 0. Then I have to bring down my 9. All right, so now we need to think. What times 3 gives us 9? Or something close to it. If 3 is not a factor of 9, which you should know whether or not it is. So 3 is a factor of 9, right? So 3 times what gives us 9? 3 times 3 gives us 9. So I'm going to put this 3 here. So 3 times 3 is 9. And subtract. I have no remainder, so my answer is 13. Okay? You with me so far? Doing good? I hope so. All right, so let's move into this one. 67 divided by 5. So again, we're going to look here. All right, so this one is a little bit different than the other two that we just did because this number is not the same. So we need to decide, is there a number that we can multiply times 5 to give us 6? No, right? So we have to get close and less. So the closest and less number that we can get to 6 with a 5 is going to be 5, right? So we're going to put 1 here to give us 1 times 5, which would be 5, and we're going to subtract 6 minus 5 to give us 1. Then we're going to bring down our 7 to get 17. So now, is there anything we can multiply times 5 to give us 17? Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. So which one would be the closest number that's less than 17? Again, it's 5, 10, 15, 20. So hopefully you said 15. So we did that how many times? 5, 10, 15, right? 3 times. So I'm going to put my 3 here. 3 times 5 is 15. Then I will subtract 17 minus 15, which will give me 2. And I have nothing else to bring down. I have nothing else to bring down, so my remainder would be 2. Okay? So I know, guys, these should be pretty easy for you, but I just wanted to kind of refresh you, and then we'll do some more work with division in the upcoming weeks as well. Okay? And then our last one here, oh my gosh, I always read it backwards. 81 divided by 7. So we're going to look. Is there anything we can multiply times 7 to give us 8? No. What about close to 8? Yeah, 7, right? So 7 is our closest number. So what times 7 will give us 7? 1. So we're going to put that 1 up top. 1 times 7 is 7. So I'm going to subtract 8 minus 7 to give me 1. And bring down this one to give me 11. All right, so now we need to think. What times 7 can give me 11, if there's anything? So let's try counting by 7s. So 7, 14. Doesn't seem like we can get to 11 in those two numbers, right? So the closest and the least one that we can do is 7. So to get 7, we're going to put a 1 on top, because 1 times 7 will give us 7. And now we have to subtract. So 11 minus 7 should give you 4. And you have nothing else to bring down here. So your remainder today, or for this one, oh my gosh, is 11 remainder 4. You would think that 11 was my favorite number. We used it a lot today. All right, so let me bring this close for you guys so you can see all the work. Go ahead and pause and take in what you need. Okay. All right, guys, well, that's going to be it for today. Just wanted to do something quick and review with you guys. And like I said, next week we will start doing our live classes. I can't wait to be able to talk to you guys and see your cute faces. I wish I could hug you and squeeze you, but that'll just have to wait a few more weeks. So again, have a great weekend. I love you guys. New packets are available online in the same Google Drive that we sent out before. I'm also going to post it on Google Classroom just so it's easier to access. And also, I will send it to your parents, but the packets will be printed out and available on Monday in the red newspaper boxes right outside the office. Okay, so you guys can come pick them up. You can print them out. You can write them on another piece of paper like we do in class. Whatever is easiest for you works for me. Okay, and then you guys are just going to hold on to those, and when we come back to school, you'll turn them in, and we will go over them and work on them a little bit more. Okay? All right, guys. Well, I love you all so much. Again, like I tell you every day, love you. Stay safe. Get home safe. See you tomorrow. But I will be seeing you guys hopefully early next week. Alrighty. Love you. Bye.